Banbury. The famous Tom Rolt Bridge. As you can see, we've just arrived in the historic market town of Banbury in Oxfordshire, and we're very excited about it. This, I would say, so far is our most exciting mooring. Like, exciting in the, traditional sense.
I mean, it's pretty thrilling.
Look at this! This is going to be our home. Mental. We're mooring up right here.
Right next to the Nando's.
Right here. The Nando's is right there. Might need one after all this.
Here we are, in the middle of the town.
This is a very, very weird experience. So weird.
Look at this, how exciting. The steps just turned on.
Outdoor lighting. If you do a leaning in shot, you'll be able to see the glowing light of Nando's.
That's outside our window.
I want to see if Nando's is literally outside our bedroom window. I think it might.
Let's have a look.
You can just watch people going about their day in the restaurant opposite. We can do serious people watching during the times when people are here. It's so crazy. The rain was clearly going nowhere, so we ventured out with umbrellas to have a look at our new surroundings and take advantage of being in a town and go to the shops. We've never moored anywhere like this before, and the neon lights and the rain making everything all shiny, being surrounded by restaurants on all sides, it all seemed quite surreal. Great view of our boat from the other side though. I have a package to pick up, which I believe is 3 minutes away in the shopping centre just there. So let's go and see how convenient this shopping centre lifestyle is. 2 minutes. Let's go. If you're into narrowboats as a pastime, you will be familiar with this quite famous memoir called Narrowboat by L.T.C. Rolt. It was first published in 1944 when the canals were in decline, and it's often credited with sparking the revival of the waterways and the rise of leisure boating as we know it today. The book starts with Tom Rolt and his wife Angela beginning their narrowboat journey right here in Banbury, so I thought it was the perfect time to get it. But the visitor moorings where we're moored are only a couple of 100 metres from the next lock, so we went to take a look at it and found it pretty flooded. Because of the high water levels and the water rushing over the gate, you can't go through these locks right now, so they've been chained up. So for the moment, we couldn't go anywhere even if we wanted to. There's nowhere to turn around, so we just have to wait it out until the water calms down and the locks open again. Below the lock, the canal was even more flooded. There was loads of water standing on the towpath and on the ground around it, and it was looking like it might take a little while for all of this to drain away and for us to be able to move forwards. We went to have a look at Banbury town centre, just a short walk from where we're moored in the shopping centre. If you are a child in the English-speaking world, you may have grown up with a nursery rhyme about Banbury. I didn't grow up here, so I've actually never heard it in my life. But it mentions a Banbury cross and a fine lady upon a white horse, which is what these statues depict. Banbury is a very old town, like 200 BC old, and there are some really beautiful old buildings just dotted everywhere, which are now casually used for like estate agents. They're so beautiful. I'm obsessed with them. They're only £6 each. They're different. Look how beautiful it is. It's the wall pack.
Is that not from some TV stuff? Emmerdale.
Emmerdale. And it's got little things on it. I don't watch Emmerdale, but this could be part of our collection. We could pick up different ones in different places. Think about it. I am completely overwhelmed. This is the most amazing shop I've ever seen.
We're going to head to the car park.
Let's go pick up our car.
Yeah.
Oh,
wow.
This is the river that runs parallel to the Oxford Canal all the way through Banbury, and as you can see, it was quite heavily in flood. Those benches are normal benches on what is normally the banks of the river. They're not supposed to be a water feature. This whole area and the car park next to it was really flooded the whole time we were here. Slightly unusually, the river actually links up with the canal in several sections. When the river's flooding, this causes quite a lot of problems for the canal, and we'll see some more of those as we continue south past Banbury. About to get steamy. Shopping centre, wafting our vegetables out the window. Reporting live from Banbury. I wish I had a mic, but I don't. So, we walk here every day to go to the shops, and we've noticed something peculiar and extraordinary.
Well, the phenomenon seems to be, we were walking past it the other day, and we heard a crack, and we were like, oh God, what was that? It seems to be that there's a really bad pothole here, and what happens is when cars drive over it, it pops off They're hubcaps.
It's a pothole of epic proportions. And yesterday we saw one and we heard it, and there was 2. And now
There's 4.
there are 4.
That's exponential growth.
There are now 4 hubcaps that have been sacrificed due to show the pothole. This is the pothole. We might see one right now. Oh, that is deep. That is deep. Let me tell you. Oh yeah, it's like a crater. Journey to the middle of the earth.
Shouldn't be standing.
No, let's move. Okay, let's go.
Are you seeing this? It's another hubcap.
This one?
Yeah. That's 5 hubcaps.
That one went far.
Yeah. It's the 16th of February, 2 days after Valentine's Day.
We've got a Valentine's meal. It looks incredible. I'd like to just show the audience it's a heart-shaped potato croquette.
Look at this.
The heart shape makes all the difference, I'm sure we'll all agree. It actually is a very large potato croquette, but it's heart-shaped.
But what we've done here, we've gone to Tesco, bought it on offer. Only cost a couple of pounds. It's normally £20.
Life hack.
Yeah. Just wait, delay all of your holidays
This truly
by
is
2 days.
romance.
Exactly. Romance isn't dead, romance is just delayed by 2 days.
Romance has got a yellow sticker on it. There's a cos he lives on. Gotta be sensible. Okay, let's eat.
It's Friday night, we're in Banbury.
2 ladies, I don't know, were they young ladies?
They were young
ladies walked by and we could hear them saying, "It's little, but they've got a Le Creuset." Actually, we have 3 Le Creusets. 3 Le Creusets, 1 Stab and 1 knockoff Sainsbury's one. But the point is, I think that's a really good tagline actually.
Oh, you didn't complete it.
It's little, but it's got a Le Creuset.
And they're drinking wine, she said.
And they're drinking wine, which is true. We are. Which is actually, what else do you need? It's little, but it's got a Le Creuset, and we're drinking wine.
And there's the beef we just ate. Delicious.
It's little, but it's got a Le Creuset. I couldn't figure out what she said at first, and I was like, what? And I was like, oh. One fun thing about being in a town with pavements is I can wear my human person shoes and enjoy a break from waterproof boots and wading through mud. As a market town, there used to be all kinds of markets in Banbury over the years, including Europe's largest cattle market. Now there's just a normal, everyday kind of market on Thursdays and Saturdays. This cafe was so nice. I went there a few times for a coffee. It was lovely. And it's a complete mobile black spot for my phone network. Couldn't use my phone in there at all. Loved it. I had to come back to the Scrapstore on my own for a proper browse. I needed privacy for a proper mooch. I needed a solid hour to dig around and dream of all the projects I could start and all the hobbies I could get into. I loved this place. It was incredible. So I got 2 of these, they're like craft source books, I suppose. They're like magazines really rather than books, but they're basically like patterns and kind of project ideas for stuff. But these are both they're both kind of folk art inspired. They are from, I believe, 1980s, when this kind of thing was probably quite hot. But they're full of like kind of patterns that you can use as references. I'm always quite drawn to these like folk art paintings. I've always been kind of into it, and I guess now with canal art it's kind of similar vibe to it, but I've always been really into it from like Ukrainian folk art, from like growing up and seeing stuff. So I don't know, it's like a intersection of various things, I suppose, but it has these like examples of things and also patterns that you can use. I just found it quite inspiring and quite interesting. They're just beautiful. So yeah, 2 of those. These were £1 each, which I think is an extremely reasonable price to pay for something, and you know, they're small. They're not big books, they're just magazine type things. So I felt justified that I could stash those away somewhere for inspiration purposes. And then I got adhesive gems. Little stick-on gems. This was literally just like I allowed the magpie tendency to win. I don't need these at all. But I did see a pack of exactly this at Hobbycraft last time I was there in Hobbycraft and Rugby, just on a browse, as one does in Hobbycraft. And they were like a few pounds, and this was 50p. And I thought, what if I wanted to kind of bedazzle something? Or just like stick some little sparkly gems on anything that might provide a hit of serotonin. And these were 50p, so I thought, why not? Life is short, why not stick some rainbow coloured gems to some items? And the last thing I got was this very tiny, I assume for scrapbooking or something. It's a little real pressed flowers thing. As you can see, this was 20p. Let me take that label off. I just thought they might be nice to like stick into my diary, stick into my journal, stick into a sketchbook. So these 4 items of kind of miscellaneous creator items that just sparked a little bit of joy brought me to £2.70, which I think is unbelievable. Where can you buy anything for £2.70 anymore? Like even in a charity shop. That shop was just amazing. I thought it was incredible. It was also really, really busy when I went on a Saturday, which is really good because obviously people are using the shop, and if you don't use it, you lose it. Nothing but incredible things to say about the Banbury Scrapstore. I think there's another one in actual Oxford, so maybe when we get there I'll visit that as well. We'll see. More places like that should exist. It was amazing. Like sometimes you just want to go for a browse, but also sometimes you just need like one of something or like a bit of something. You don't need to like buy new stuff every time. It's like books, you know, there are probably enough books now for no one to ever need to buy a brand new book unless it's just been released, if you know what I mean. Obviously new books come out, but you never need to buy a new copy of like Jane Austen. There are enough in circulation that you can just buy it secondhand. And I think the same is kind of true for patterns, stitch patterns, craft books, all of that kind of stuff. So those kinds of shops are amazing for that, because you could just go and get the thing, and then like when you don't need it anymore you can return it there and someone else can enjoy it. Found it really quite inspiring, quite a nice tactile experience, you know. Highly recommend. That is my Scrapstore haul.
So here we are. It's 12:10 or so at night. And
Definitely haven't been on the wine.
I've been doing PC gaming on a boat. But I've now run the power down because we forgot to charge it earlier. So I'm about to use
Do something
the power
stupid.
point, possibly get electrocuted, but probably not. I'm about to plug us into the electric. How fun is that? Don't try this at home, kids.
All stunts are performed by professionals.
Where's the professional?
Oh, God.
Step 1, find the power cable.
In case it's not clear, I do need to really reiterate it is raining. Moderately heavily. I'm also out in my pyjamas in the middle of Banbury. But we move. Because we're safety conscious, we have now attached it to the boat first, and we Googled to make sure that that was the correct order to do it in. Isn't that right?
That's what we did.
Safety first. Oh, Jesus.
This is fine. I've paid some credit on it already.
Wow.
So
You really wanted to do PC gaming.
it's like, you know,
A man and his PC gaming shall never be parted.
you only get a
On a
couple of
Saturday
days
night.
a week to do PC gaming. We've got the code. We're going to
There's
enter
the Maslow's hierarchy of needs.
It's pretty
and,
much
and
up
quite
there.
near the bottom of the most basic human needs is PC gaming on a Saturday night.
Why does it say occupied? Why can't I use it?
What does that mean?
Status occupied.
Is that us?
Maybe that's us. What it's saying is the shore power is occupied already.
How is
So,
that possible?
yeah, I know, no one's on that.
So it doesn't work?
Maybe we have to try the other side.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm not sure it's going to work.
Oh, no. Okay, well, that's the end of that sad tale. But the good news is, at least no one got electrocuted or fell in. You closed the front hatch, right?
I can't remember.
Okay, great.
By this point, we had fully run out of water. Luckily, the water point was ahead of us, just before the lock that was still closed.
Okay, so
Water's done.
explain what we're doing.
So what we've done is, we've shimmied through a lift bridge, which is quite narrow, and then it was daytime. Now the crucial difference now is that we're doing it at night time, but also, more crucially, backwards.
And
when
also-
I say we, Andrew.
Also, there's quite a current of water because what's happened is this lock is overflowing and they closed it off about 10:30 this morning. So now what we've got is flowing water which is towards the lock, which when we moved this way was pulling the boat quite a lot forward. And Christina did comment on how fast we were moving, but we're now going to try.
When you went through the thing, you were like, I was like, oh. But the engine is stronger than the lock. The lock has been thinking abundance mentality too much. It actually doesn't seem to be getting any better from what I've seen. From when I saw this this afternoon, it looks worse. So I don't know how long this is going to take to resolve. That's our next concern. But first, let's shimmy backwards through the lift bridge.
Go.
To get onto the front?
No. Maybe. Yeah, in case we need pushing off.
Andrew did a flawless job of reversing back through the narrow gap, and we moored up again in a slightly different spot. We didn't fancy reversing past other people's boats with the water flowing as it was, just in case we hit anyone, so we pulled in at the first available place.
Oh,
It's gone!
wow.
No, it's not
No,
gone.
it
It's still there.
can't quite do it.
Oh,
That's crazy.
it's like a science experiment.
Yeah.
Oh. The natural buoyancy won't let it go all the way. It's like a tunnel.
Oh my god.
That is so weird. It's actually really easy to operate this. I thought it'd be really hard,
Yeah,
but it's really, really smooth. And there's no like locking.
Oh,
If you just stop
wow.
at any point, it doesn't move. So obviously the mechanism's in there or whatever. That's it.
see, so if you take a look at that, that's the movement of water, the flow that I had to reverse back through, which reversing's not usually the easiest manoeuvre, but it's something we can do. But that made it a whole lot more difficult because it was pushing the boat in different directions.
It's a lot more river than canal normally is.
Yeah.
The canal water is completely still normally. The rain seemed infinite. It just kept coming. It seemed like it would never run out. There were apparently a couple of small windows when the water level dropped a bit and the lock was open, but they never happened during times when we could just up and move and then the lock was closed again. He's so sad.
He's all right. Well, his owner's probably at work.
Oh, the absolute melancholy. Just.
It truly is melancholy and the infinite sadness right there.
Oh my God. Despair. Poems have been written about less. Which celebrity do you think opened these?
Kermit, I think.
Actual Kermit?
Yeah, wow.
Oh my God.
Maybe
We're
a
blessed
Kermit
to be
impersonator.
standing in his footsteps.
Okay, tell us what you've just seen.
It's Karcher Academy. I don't know what they teach. Maybe how to window vac really, really well, or pressure wash.
Both, probably.
Probably both.
Well, I'd like to go to the Karchers.
yeah.
Karcher Academy.
Even when we tried to go for a walk, the flooding was never very far away.
This is why we were supposed to walk.
Can't get through. Flooding.
Flooding's no joke.
It's like an ancient cave painting, and then they painted over the top of it with the more modern version.
It's incredible to see.
But then the new one's worn through.
It's really good that they left these ancient things for us to learn from.
Yeah, exactly. I wonder what it means.
Be able to take it in. The evolution of man. Eventually, after 17 days in Banbury, that is a long time for us, the lock was opened again and we made a break for it. See you next time as we continue our journey south towards Oxford.